everybody, it's Chris from SideshowGamble, and welcome back to the channel again today. Alright, this next strategy is not about playing small, it's all about building the numbers to serious payouts fast, the 96 across power press ladder. Now, let me be clear up front, this is aggressive. This is an extremely aggressive strategy and is not meant for those that are with a low bankroll. Now, not saying you can't play it, you can play it, but it's going to be a lot more investment than what you're probably used to. Now, what we started with was the $40 table strategy, and this is another variation once you're to the 96 across. But let's be clear real quick. If the shooter goes cold early, you'll be putting money out there and can lose quickly. This is not a grind system. This is a momentum system. Now, before we even get into the power press, what I would recommend is once you reach the $96 across, it's recommended that you collect the first 2 hits. What that's going to do is it's going to put your original investment back in your bank plus lock up $2. Now from there, everything changes. We stop playing the table evenly across the board and we start attacking individual numbers. Each number now has its own press ladder, so instead of spreading wins around, we're going to take a number that hits repeatedly and we're going to build it fast. This strategy is built for one thing: catching a repeating number and turning it into a massive payout. You're not trying to win little across the board. You're trying to find the number that's hot and then push it hard. So let's walk through it real quick just so you can see. So you see our chart over here. We got the 6 and 8, and if we get 5 hits, we're going to be collecting $560 every hit by the time we get through the 5. The 5 and 9. Again, you can see we're going to get to a $700 payout every time we hit. Now, these aren't sister presses. It's individual, so a 5 or a 9. It's not 5 and 9. And again, 4 or 10. We'll get to $800 collections. Now, you could press further than that, but I feel at this point, if I can get to that level, I mean, we got a hot shooter on our hands and we're going to be making good money and putting it in our rail. So what we're going to do is we're going to get over to the table and we're going to roll it out. Now, when we get over there, we've already got the 96 across, so we're going to assume that we made it through the $40 table strategy to get us to 96 across. Now, I won't be collecting the first 2 hits. I'm going to go right into the pressing so you guys can see it, and hopefully we can get this done in under 20, 30 minutes. So stay tuned. Let's go to the table. Hey guys, so we're back. We're at the table. We've got our bankroll down there that you can see in the rail, kind of, and we've got our $96 out there. And the entire intent behind this is just to show. So we had a $1,000 bankroll. Here's our $40 that we started with. I'm not worried about a pass line because this is something I'm playing on another shooter. That's only 40. Now, if we get through this entire thing, say you collected the first 2 hits, right? So once the point came back on, you collected your first 2 hits, it would only be an additional $74 that you have to invest to get everything up. What we're going to do is right now it's about $116, so we're not going to collect our first 2. We're just going to go right into it. So we got to get a point established, and we're going to see what we can do. But I'm going to leave the 96 up. It'll cost us $40 every time if we get big red, and you know how we love red. So let's see what we can do. And it's a 5-6 yo. Doesn't do anything for us. This starting out. All right, but we got a yo, marked it up. That rolled. That is not a 10. That is a 5-6 yo right there. Okay, come on, shooter. Let's get a point. And there's a 10. 6-4-10 out on the end. Now, the reason I've been doing this is I really like the $40 table strategy. And I need to have something that I can go to when I'm not the shooter where I feel comfortable with how, it's already a pre-established way of play where I really don't have to think. I just go and do it, and if it makes me money, it makes me money. But I don't want to sit at the rail and waste time and delay the game. I want to know exactly what to do when I get to that point. And we got an ace deuce. And that's the whole intention behind this, the way I'm looking at the 96 across. Because one, it starts as a low roller, and we can get this pressed up pretty good. And we got a 6-2 easy 8. All right, so we know that an $18 6 or 8 is going to pay us 21 bucks. Okay, so we're going to get paid 21. And we're going to drop 15. And what this is going to do is this is going to turn into $54. Which is a proper bet. It'll pay 63 on the next hit. But we're in a little bit more invested now. So maybe an 8 comes. Nice repeater. And we got a 5-1 mixer. All right. Again, that's going to do the same thing we just did on the 8. It's going to pay us 21. We're going to throw in another 15. And again, I'm not sure if the dealers would color you up, but I think they would, just so it would make it easier. We're going to get another $54 on the 6. Now, what I love about power pressing is you can stop whenever you want. You do not have to press it all the way up. You can just leave it right there. You're at green level. You got green action. Aces. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's where you're comfortable, that's where you stay. But I don't get to go to the casino often, so when I do, I want to take advantage of a good roll. So I feel like this would give me that advantage. And we got a hard 6. Mark it. All right. Bring those dice back over here. So we know that this is going to pay $63. So let's pay out $63. And we're going to have to throw in $3. So I'm going to throw in a 5. And I'll get $2 back in my rail. Now what we're going to do here is this is going to go to 120. So there's 5. There's 5. And this is going to go up to 120. So we're at 120. In 2 hits on the 6, we're at 120 from $18. Again, it took a little bit from us, but it's all good. And there's a 2x4. All right, 120 is going to pay us 140. All right, we're going to get 140. This is where it gets real simple, and we're going to start collecting a little bit. 140, we're going to take back the 20, and we're going to go to 240. And we're going to rack 15. Just rail it up there in the rail. This is why repeaters. Again, if you're playing the game and you understand the payouts, you can do great. And we got a 6-2 easy 8. All right. Again, we're going to know that that's going to pay $63. So we're going to get our 63. Again, we're going to need to throw in 3 more bucks, so I'm going to throw in a 5 again. There's the 3. We're going to get $2 back, rack it up, and we know we're going to take this to 120. Up to 120. And we're working our bets. Here we go. Come on, shoulda. And then we get the 4-3. But it's all good. It happens. We had a good little run there. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to take the puck. It's going to come off. Had some good bets out there. And look at that. You had over $300. You had $330 just on those 2 bets that's coming off. That's not bad. And again, like I said, you can pull down, you can do whatever you need when you need to. What we're going to do is we're going to pay $40. $40 got us to the 96 across again. All right, we're just going to make that assumption. And we're going to change out our dice. Get some new dice. Here we go. First shooter did pretty good. We can't complain with that. Second shooter is going to bounce them off the table, and I'm just going to grab another die. There we go. All right, shooter. And we're going to get a 4-3 on the come out. This shooter may not be that great, but maybe he's a natural. I don't know. We'll find out. And we got a 6-3-9. Okay, we're seeing something other than the 6s and 8s, which is not a bad thing. But 9 will be our point. Out of the 9. Here we go. We want to see some repeaters. And we got a 5-4-9. Nice buckshot there. Now we're going to see what the 5 and 9 do. We saw the 6 and 8 a little bit. Didn't see a lot of it, but we saw enough. 9's going to pay us 21. Now, we're going to throw in 15. We're going to collect that dollar back. And what this is going to turn into is there's 25. There's 25. And we're just going to color that up to a $50 bet on the 9. We know what that pays. That's going to pay 70 bucks if we hit it again. But let's get another point. And we got a 5-1 mixer, the old 6. Hit that like and subscribe button. 5-1. 6 will be our point. And here we go. Again, like I said, I want a system that I know what I'm going to go to and do. And we got a 6-3-9. Awesome. Trying to just randomly huck and chuck down here. 6-3-9. That's going to pay us 70 bucks. And what we're going to do is, this is a simple one. We're just going to full press it. Full press it to 120. Here we go. And we got a 6-4-10 out on the end. That's going to pay us 27. 27 bucks. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop $10. Actually, it's actually, yeah, 10 bucks. And it just makes it simple. Because then we can take this and we're going to make it a $50 buy bet. Now I'm going to pay VIG on a win. I'm not going to worry about paying the VIG up front. So we got a buy bet on the 10. And we got our 9 pressed a little bit. And we got a 5 deuce. Just didn't roll enough. 5 deuce. Again, I don't know if these strategies ever work, because I'm just trying them out at the table. I'm sure if somebody was shooting dice, they might be doing better. But again, I want to test it out how it does randomly. Now, I'm going to pay another 40 bucks. I'm going to pay 50 and get 10 back because I need some red back in my reel. There's 50 for 10 back. And we're going to go to a different shooter. Try it again. Again, we're technically only in for 40 bucks right now, which I can live with. And we got a 3-1-4 on the come out. I'm going to mark it. You never know when that hot roll is going to come. But I want to have a plan for when the hot roll does come that I'm already doing. So I take full advantage. I want as much money off that table as possible. And we got a 6-2 easy 8. Could this be the roll? I'm not sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that's going to pay us 21. We're going to drop 15. And we're going to take it to 54. $54 on the 8. Never know when it's going to happen. So you got to have a plan ready for it. Aces. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, well, we got to have a good time and play some craps. Nothing wrong with that. And we got a 5-6. See a horn, bet a horn, right? That is the way of the world. 5-6 yo. And we got a hard 6. Tree. Gonna mark it. All right, $21 is coming to us on the win. We're gonna drop 15 again. And we're gonna take the 6 up to $54. There we go. Again, maybe that's the level. Like I said earlier, maybe that's where you want to stop. And we got a 3-2-5. Mark it. We're getting a lot on the inside on this shooter. 3-2-5. It's going to pay us 21. What I'm going to do is so I can get some red back in my reel. I know I'm going to 50. So I'm going to drop 50 and just take this all back. That puts some red back in the rail. All right, here we go. And we got a 6-2 easy 8. 6 deuce. Come on over here. Now, that 54 is going to pay 63. 63 bucks. We're going to drop $3. And you know what we're doing? We're taking it to 120. $120. Now, again, like I said, if we hit the 8 again, you could collect it and it recovers some of your losses already, and because it's going to pay 140. It's your decision. And we got 314, which is our point. 314. Puck's going to come off. It's going to pay 27. Again, we're going to drop it $10, and we're going to take it up to a buy bet of 50. Pay the vig on a win. And let's go. Let's get another point. Let's see what happens. And we got a 6-4-2. All right, that'll be our new point. Do. All right, 6 is the point. Like I said, we got the plan. Can the shooter bring us all the way? And we got a square pair, hard 8. Mark it. All right, that 8 is going to pay us 140. So we're going to get paid 140. Right there. We're going to collect the 20. Right there. And we're going to go to 240 on the 8. Again, you could have collected that entire 140 and just left it there. You're at black chip level. Nothing wrong with that. But I want to go for the long roll. And there's a 6-2 easy 8. Now, this one is going to pay us $280. There's our $280, and guess what? We're going to pull the 40 back, and we're going to take our 8 to $480, and I'm going to rack up 40 bucks. Now, positive is that's at the level I need it to be. We get another 8, it's $560, and we're going to collect it. Here we go. And there's the 6-1. Isn't that the way it always goes? That is the way it goes. All right. 6-1, 7 out. Now, we had some good bets out there. Wow, we had a lot of money out there. Let's see. There's 400. There's 500, $630 plus dollars. But, again, we collected some back. Nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I want a plan. We'll give it one more shooter. Maybe it's our next guy that's going to give us some good run. And again, hopefully you get the idea of what we're going for. And if not, go back to the intro screen. You'll see the card on the press-ups. And I'll try and do the write-up below. Here we go. Let's get a point. 3-4. Be a good sign. Come out 7. Natural. 3-4. Not saying it's going to happen every time, but you never know. I mean, heck, we just got an 8 all the way up to the max press that we want to be. And that's going to be a 6-4-2. That's going to be our point. And like I said, starting at $40 and we had $400 on that 8, we could have just pulled that back down to maybe a $60 8 and just, you know. It's one thing to say all this stuff on video and do these rolls, but when it's real money, I've been there, it's not as easy to see that money just sitting out there. And we got a 6-3-9. All right. 6-3-9. It's going to pay us 21. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me say that. We're going to drop, we're just going to make it 50. We know that's the level we're going to. I'm dropping money with putting that down there, but I'm just taking this back to put red back in the roll. Again, we started with a $1,000 bankroll. I don't know where we're at right now, but let's keep it going. Dice off the table. We'll get a new die. And we'll try it again. No roll. Acey Deucey, the 3. All right. I want to take full advantage. You never know when that roll's coming. And a hard 10. Mark it. All right, that's going to pay us 27. 27 bucks. Again, we're going to drop 10. $10. We're going to take it to a $50 10. Put the $2. We'll pay the vig on a win. Here we go. We got the 9 and 10. We're started. Positive about the, and there's a 5-2. Positive about the 4 and 10 is it only takes 3 hits to get you there. So, might give it one more. I said that was the last shooter, but we're going to try it one more time. Why not? Why not? You never know. You never know. All right, let's drop our 40 bucks. $40 got us back to 96 across. And let's try again, right? We got to change out our dice. Let's go to the white dice. They seem to be doing good for us. And we got a 5-4-9. Mark it. 5-4-9er. Again, that'll be our point out there on the 9. Come on, shooter. Get us a good roll. Ace deuce. A lot of 3s this go around. But see a horn, bet a horn, right? That's what they say. And there's a 3-4. Now we're just getting on a bad run. Now we're getting on a bad run. But that's going to happen. Again, technically we were only in for 40 bucks, but if you got your first 2 collects, but we didn't get any of the box numbers that time. All right, I'm going to give one more. Isn't that the famous last words? One more roll. That is the funny thing about it. All right, this will be our last shooter because we're getting a long video and I don't like long videos anymore. So let's see what we can do. And we got a 4-1-5. Mark the 5. I think you guys get the idea of this. Again, you don't have to press this way, the way I press. You can press your own way. What I want to get across is having a plan, especially on shooters you don't know. Have a plan of what you're going to invest on. 5 deuce. Wow. I'm going to roll that one more time. We'll use the same dice. 5-2. That's the whole purpose of these videos, right? Is to see how it holds up. $40 got us to 96 across. Somehow this is just the time that we ain't getting nothing, right? But it only takes one roll. Only takes one roll. 6-4-10 out on the end. That will be our point this go around this time. All right. We're out on the 10. Here we go. Come on, shooter. Give us something. 5-3 easy 8. We got a point hit. Well, not a point hit. I shouldn't say that. We got a box hit. That's going to pay us 21. We're going to drop 15. And we're going to press it to 54. Only takes one roll, one shooter to bring us all the way back. And we got a midnight train. Mark it. There we go. Who knows what's going to happen today? And it's going to be a 5 deuce. All right, well, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Maybe another time we'll show it a bit better, but let's see where we're sitting overall. This is all going to lose. Bye-bye. Tried to make it work, but we just couldn't get it. And you got to know when to walk away. Give me that chip. All right, started with $1,000. What do we have left? There's 400. as I drop 2 right there. There's 500, 600, 650, 675, 680, 685. So we're not down too bad. That was, you know, but again, we invested more. I don't know. Definitely let me know in the comments below how you would press. Would you press heavier? Would you press lighter? Would you not power press at all and just press the units? Let me know. How do you play on a random roller or somebody you don't know? Let me know in the comments below, so maybe I'll roll it out one of these days. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.